How do you imagine farming in the United States? Do you imagine tall silos and a red barn among green pasture? Tragically, this is the furthest thing from realistic. To feed our 350+ million people in the United States, most industries use concentrated feeding operations which maximize profits and use as little resources as possible at the expense of animals' living conditions and creates a world of other problems. I'll only briefly summarize some of these issues. Number 1. Farming for animals takes too much land. 41% of the United States land is used just to feed animals, and 26% of that worldwide goes to farming for animals. It's the number one reason why rainforests are intentionally cut down. Number 2, 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions come from global meat industry. That's equal to all the amount of emissions for buses, trains, cars, planes, and ships on planet Earth. Number 3, factory farms and slaughterhouses have some of the most filthy and dangerous working conditions of most jobs. Most jobs go to lower income people of color and immigrants. They aren't paid well, and they rarely receive health insurance benefits. 4, due to monocropping corn and soy and continuously breeding the same ideal animal over and over again, there's incredibly low biodiversity. Since they're crammed and walking around in their same crap 24/7, we feed all the animals antibiotics, building antibiotic-resistant viruses like bird flu. My primary focus, however, is the mistreatment of animals. We kill and factory farm 92 billion animals annually. To put that in perspective, if every single one of those animals were human, every 14 months, we would kill every single human who has ever lived in our 200,000-year history. Pigs, which are supposedly smarter than dogs, from womb to slaughter have never seen the light of day. Gestration cages are used to breed pigs efficiently and steal their children. The same fate is given to cows, forced to constantly breed. They can be left crying and whining for weeks after their calves are stolen, so milk can be consistently harvested. Each of these animals, as well as sheep, are often tail-docked, so they can make them fit tighter into windowless rooms, often without anesthetic. They may also be castrated without anesthetic. Chickens have it worse by far. They cannot possess normal behavior in such an environment, so they get aggressive. So they don't damage other chickens, companies chop beaks and claws off of chickens. This is the chicken equivalent of getting your hands and toes chopped off. Because of the way they are bred, they become so large in just 7 weeks that they can become immobilized and suffer serious health effects. Since males are deemed useless in the egg industry, 7 billion male or unfit female chicks are sorted and culled after hatch, so they're either ground up in a high-speed grinder or asphyxiated. These animals are scared, bored, uncomfortable, sick for their entire short lifespan, and we punish them for the sake of efficiency. For some, they only see the light of day on the way to the slaughterhouse. From 1960 to 2002, we've seen a 50% drop in small farms, yet animal populations are exploding. We are witnessing the death of the old-fashioned red barn family farms, and in its place, a gruesome, money-grubbing trillion-dollar torture industry that's responsible for 99% of all meat production in the United States. So what are we gonna do? First, 30 to 40% of the food in the United States goes to waste, filling our landfills and contributing to even more carbon emissions. Being cognizant of expiration dates, recycling, using chicken or garden compost, and being creative with leftovers would greatly minimize the demand of these gigantic companies. Second, if you're fortunate enough, treat yourself to the local farmer for your meat. In doing so, you support what they are doing and give them more resources to be competitive with larger farms. Larger farms will take note of what sells, and if what sells is healthy, pasture-raised, non-abusive farms, then that's what will start being produced. I never plan on giving up meat or animal products, and I'm not here to guilt you for not. What I do want you to do is think about where your meat comes from, and think about your morality. Can you make possible sacrifices in your diet?